Brad Shoemaker, it's time to get paid.
Okay.
It's time to stack cheddar.
Is this where we seize the means of production? And
No.
Oh, no, this is going the other way.
It's time to...
going the exact opposite direction.
I'm on the grind all the time.
Okay.
It is time to get that paper.
You know what they say about having more money?
Yeah, you got to be about it or be without it.
I was thinking it generates more problems. But this might be the best icon for a PS4 game on the PS4.
Let's get that yaper.
I think this guy looks so happy to be loaded.
Yeah. It's like, it's great being rich. I own a hippo.
Now I can afford a monocle.
This is Adventure Capitalist, which has been available on a lot of platforms, browser-based stuff, and mobile platforms, Steam. It's been everywhere. I've played it primarily on the iOS. But here it is now, running on a PlayStation 4, which is endlessly hilarious to me. It shouldn't be, but it is. Something about the idea of an idle game, an incremental game on a console.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's like the ultimate culmination of some long-running process.
Yeah, so they have had to adapt their UI for gamepad, which means that they have, now you kind of move around it like this.
Is this otherwise this isn't? Yeah. Surely this isn't the phone UI. Like
it is 100% the phone UI.
They have you turn your phone.
You can play it either way.
Okay.
This is the sideways view on phones, but also it's a scrolly thing if you're holding it the other way, which is how I play it. But yeah, on PC it looks like this and all that other stuff. So I'm pretty far in.
Yeah, you have a lot of money.
But there's always more to make. Let's just spend some money on these upgrades here. I got the easy upgrader here. Let's buy some more oil stuff. Let's just spend this money. Let's just spend it.
You gotta spend money to make money.
Exactly. But you know what? Sometimes you have to restart also. A lot of these games, gosh, where do I even begin? So I begin at the beginning. Let's reset.
Okay.
But not back to zero. We're gonna reset and claim our angel investors, which means this is like a prestige currency. That helps you restart the game, but it's easier to earn more money. So the loop in these games is you spend money and wait an amount of time, earn currency, and when you get to a weird barrier where you feel like you're not progressing fast enough, ideally that's right around the point where you've earned enough of this prestige currency to just reset like this. And now we've got those investors. You see I get a 2% bonus per angel, and I have angels in the billions.
That's a lot.
So
percentage.
It resets us here to where we have nothing. And you start by basically tapping on the lemon to make money.
Man.
And
I knew exactly what was going to happen, but still seeing it is very satisfying.
And so, when you first start the game, this earns you like $1.
Yeah.
But because I've got all those angels, I'm doing a lot better here. So let's buy more lemonade stands. So every press of the button gets me even more.
Yep.
Because it's not just one lemonade stand, it's 300 and something. Right?
It's a lot of lemonade.
Yeah. And hitting this button is a chore. Let's face it. It's a bad use of time. So we can hire managers that will automatically press the button for you, basically. So now the lemonade currency is coming in just constantly. But newspaper, I still have to hit the button.
Newspapers sell for more than lemonade.
Because I need to buy more managers.
I'm just gonna buy all the managers before you get before you buy the businesses.
Trust me, this is the easiest way to go.
Yep.
You can also spend your angels, which means you're spending your prestige currency, which since each one gets you 2% of a bonus, you're lowering your bonus, but the upgrades you get are usually worth it. So cheaper oil companies for 10 angels and this sort of stuff. Let's just spend some angels. It'll eventually come in and go like, hey, you sure about that? You only have 15 billion. Spending 1 billion might actually upset the balance. It's usually a little safer than it needs to be. Also, you've got upgrades in a couple of forms here. There are cash upgrades, so I can triple my lemonade stand profit for that amount of money. Boom, done. There are also angel upgrades where you spend angels to triple your profits and that sort of stuff. So this same type deal. Hit the button until it tells you, hey man, maybe you don't want to do that, and then stop. And because I've unlocked that easy upgrader, now I can hit L1 to buy these upgrades. And, we've got all the managers, so we can just go through and start buying. There are also unlocks at certain thresholds. So when I get 400 lemonade stands, my lemonade stand profit will double. It doubled at 50, it doubled at 100, newspapers double at 125, 175, 200, all that sort of stuff. So when I do that, you see that pop out there, profits of car washes times 3. So everything is exponential, and everything is this fun exponential curve as the numbers get higher and higher and higher and higher.
It's very satisfying.
it says a lot about humanity that it is so satisfying.
It is really somewhat disturbing how good it feels.
Yes, it shouldn't feel this good. It does. It really does. It's frightening. So you see, as we get into these later investments, the time it takes for them to cash in goes up. That's something that, as depending on how the game is built, in this case, sometimes these upgrades will be speed ×2 instead of profits ×2 or something like that. But this one in particular, when I get some of everything, is speed of investments ×2 and then some, because we're getting 200 of them. So that's actually, it's probably like ×5 or something. So you see how fast these meters are now moving.
Yep.
And that's it.
Galactic fleet of shrimp boats?
Basically, yeah. The money keeps stacking up. I keep spending it. When I pass these thresholds, I get these hot bonuses. There's a obviously a benefit to having everything in sync, because if you look at these unlocks, when I hit 300 of everything, that profit will double again.
Okay.
So you
Across the board?
so you can kind of look at this stuff and go, oh, well, maybe it makes sense to spend my money here. Gives you kind of a rough guide as to where you might want to spend your money. I'll tell you, end game or late game, newspapers are the ones that become the hardest to get.
Huh.
The ramp on them, the curve on them is always really crazy.
Interesting.
And then also, I've got more upgrades I can buy, so, we're just... we're hitting the buttons, and it feels good, and it feels good.
Yeah. Forgive me, did you explain why the oil field bars are a different color?
Oh, it's because I spent 10 gold bars to mega increase them with a mega ticket. So
gold bars might be the more insidious part of this whole thing.
Yes, this is a free-to-play game, and there are microtransactions. You earn some gold by hitting certain thresholds. Like the first time you buy an oil field, I think they give you 5 gold or something like that.
I just got that.
So you can spend your gold on, hey, permanently boost your profit speed. Get 3 flux capacitors for the price of 2. Capital. It's not capacitor. It's their own word that's not capacitor on account of that would be illegal. Then you can buy these suits and get upgrades and stuff like that. So they've got ways for you to spend real dollars on this thing. These are the more boosty, some of these seem temporary or like, hey, get 1 day instantly, which seems like a bad use of gold. But there's also mega tickets. So that's why that one's a different color, because I put a mega ticket on it. As you see, that's a permanent 7.77 profit surge. And if you mega ticket everything on a planet, then you get a ×10 on top of that.
Wow. And that's not just per this run?
No, that's permanent. That's a permanent boost to that investment. Which I like to have it on the oil one, because the oil, kind of rakes it in. You see, it's in the septillions here. You do this, the upgrade thing lights up when you've got upgrades that you can buy, like we've got here. The managers goes on for a while.
So wait, what are after the first round of managers where everybody is automated?
Yeah, so you get down into this stuff where donut shops are 99.999% cheaper.
Okay, it just makes things more
efficient.
And
that's not for angels, that's for money. No, wait, I'm sorry, that is actually, no, that is, this might actually be, I think this is angels. I could be wrong. But the thing is by the time you earn enough money to get that, the lemonade stands are still very expensive. So that looks like, oh man, I could just buy infinite lemonade stands. But no, the exponential nature of all these numbers and the way the math works out means that, you're always kind of waiting for something to happen. Once you get $1 trillion, you can go invest it in mission control to open up additional planets.
Space.
There are 3 planets in all, and they all have their own investments and currency and curves, and everything about them is different.
Okay, but wait, hang on, even the base monetary unit is different?
Yeah, they just drew a different little icon up there.
But the value is the same. You brought your number over.
No.
Oh?
No.
Has this been...
I've been running, I've been idle on the moon now for hours as well.
Wait, do you prestige per planet?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's the part I did not understand.
So each planet has its own angel count and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to prestige here and get these sextillions of angels here. And we'll start over, we'll do moon from scratch here. One thing, I'm playing this game on phones, and I think you can turn the music off, but not the sound effects. I feel like it needs separate option for that. We can be a lady too if we want. So here we are on the moon, and the moon has a very different curve to its investments and how it all pays off and stuff like that. In that the moon is kind of always going. You can sort of prestige over and over again forever on the moon until you get everything, just about. Oh, I need to buy the managers here. That's okay. Got some upgrades to buy. Let's just buy all those and buy some of this stuff and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of those, a little bit of these here. Let's just get it all going, because as soon as we fill them all up, then you see the speed really takes off.
Yep.
And that's when shit starts to happen. More upgrades to buy here. So if I'm correct, yeah, you can see I'm already in the quintillion on angels. Like the moon just fucking goes nuts.
And again, these angels are only relevant to the moon?
Yes.
Okay.
These are moon angels, not earth angels.
Favorite kind.
So usually when you've hit about double your current cashed in angel count, the investor light will light up to let you know, like, hey, it might be a decent time to cash in if you want. But other than that, yeah, same deal. You know, also so this stuff is a little different too here. I guess, you know, oh, well, okay, yeah, wear it on any or all planets to increase effectiveness. So some of the stuff applies across the board, but I want to say that some of the stuff, the flux capacitors might be per planet. I don't actually know.
Can you buy any of that stuff yet? Like last when I checked a couple hours ago.
First time buyer, we've got a special deal for you.
I hit this and it would, yeah.
That's your special deal.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like the currency is not up for sale yet. You do get some gold just by playing, but not that much. And there's Mars.
Mars is very red.
All right, so, oh, we have enough for, let me do some terraforming.
Is that a chocolate bar?
Yeah, it's a Mars bar.
Okay, sure.
So, we could reset here and get those angels, but, you know, like, whatever, we're not gonna spend that much time, that much more time with this, so.
Profit Martians is pretty good.
Yeah. So if we can get 50, then I think that's the thing that maybe sets the speed off, or maybe Mars is always slow. I forget what the gimmick is on Mars other than profit Martians. So this is a 2x profit surge, which you can, that's one of the other things that if we go into the shop, you can actually like, you can raise the multipliers for, yeah, see, that raises the multiplier on the profit surge, profit Martians specifically. We'll deploy it and everything will go ×2. And that thing will start ticking down. But as long as I keep hitting square, I can keep popping it back up infinitely, forever, 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 forever,
Is
forever.
that burning anything when you do that?
No.
What?
It's burning my will to live as I sit here and hit this button over and over again.
Yeah, but that's most things.
And suddenly think like, oh man, those old fight sticks had like auto button press functionality in them. I wonder if that would be a good way to go with this.
So did you lose anything by deploying that? Like,
no, well, no.
It's literally just do this busy work and you get this benefit.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
So the catch is that when this thing does run out, and I guess I'll just let it run out, there's a timer before you can activate it again.
Right.
We'll wait a little bit longer here for that to happen.
6 hours on that giant robot spider.
Yep. But man, when it cashes in, it's not actually going to be that much in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, I mean, you know, the numbers get way higher than this. And if you look at the unlocks, you can kind of see, if you go to the gallery here, you can kind of see how high they expect you to get before you're kind of quote unquote done with their upgrades. So that's just on the first investment on this planet. 56,000. I think I finished old Mars. They added way more higher numbers. They added more numbers to it at some point after the fact because Mars was a little too easy.
This is all terrifying. These numbers are too big. Surely no one could raise the numbers this high.
It's the number. They don't even make numbers that high, Brad. So now this thing is going to take 3 hours to count down, but I can also take a second off every time I hit square. So again, I'm incentivized to push the button on either end of the transaction.
We're witnessing the end of human civilization.
Yeah, right? So that's Mars. The other thing they've done, and I don't know how this is going to work on console, where they've got all these... Okay, so there's only one here. I feel like yesterday when I was playing this, there was a long list of events in this list. So they have temporary events that will show up and you can play them for like a week or something like that. And right now on iOS, they're running an Olympics-themed one with a bunch of fake sports. And so it's basically like they're creating a whole nother planet's worth of content. Okay. New investments, some music, you know, a new skin on their interface. And, you know, but it's this. Yeah. And sometimes they'll have like a different gimmick, sort of like the Prophet Martians. Okay. The Olympics one actually has basically the Prophet Martians gimmick, as far as I can tell. But there have been other ones that are slightly different. I think the St. Patrick's Day one had a different, anyway, whatever. And so that's kind of interesting because it's like, hey, here's this thing, you can only play it for X amount of days. Right. So it's not something that's like this long haul, like watch the numbers go up forever. It then becomes like a little more strategic as to like when you're prestiging and how far you're gonna go and how much time you're gonna spend with this infernal thing.
How big can the numbers get in this short period of time?
Exactly, yeah, and you get badges for completing those, and then the badges show up on this screen eventually. Do they have leaderboards? Are those up?
Huh. That's unpronounceable.
I'm number 14.
Wow, look at that.
So everyone on this list is cheating.
What's the number one guy?
Including me.
Octoquinquagantillion? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everyone on the Mars leaderboard would have to be cheating.
I need to see you do it.
Okay.
Can you?
All right, we'll do it.
Show me how it works.
All right.
I mean, I know how it works, but I want to see it in action. Worth pointing out, it keeps doing its thing when the app is
you don't
closed.
need to leave it running. That's for sure. So I left it running and put the system in rest mode with the app still running, and I think it didn't give me currency. I think that didn't give me the currency for while it was off. So there might be a bug in that. I might have counted wrong. I don't want to say for sure, but that was. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. Okay, so let's do this. Disconnect from the internet.
A lot of that this week.
You might not even need to do that.
Or you probably could just turn off adjust time automatically, right?
I think I tried that and it just readjusted. I've got my own flux capacitors, Brad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, does it really wrap around?
In the year 2099, your PS4 will become obsolete.
Useless.
Well, 2095. That seems like a good round number.
I can't believe it stops there.
This seems weird because it's a free-to-play game where they're counting on you, buying gold with real money to kind of.
I can't believe there's not some safeguard in here.
Short-circuit some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But,
wait.
Did they fix it?
Did they fix? Oh, no way. Maybe that was something that only worked pre-release.
But I didn't. I'll have to check when I get home and see if there's a patch.
Huh. Is it possible?
Actually, it would be. There would still be. No, there's no update notes. Maybe I went too far ahead. You know what? Let me just double check and make sure that that the time stuff took.
Please don't destroy our timeline. What is happening?
Okay, set using internet. Set now. Oh, right. Let's connect to the internet and see if we can get this to work. I wonder. Okay. We will launch it with the current time and date. We'll go a little, we won't go as far as ahead next time. I never went actually that far.
All right.
I think I went to like 2033. It was bad there. Waterworld, you know?
Nothing left.
Well, I guess I have undecillion. Let's look at the investors and make sure. Okay, well, I do have investors in the trillions now, so clearly something did happen. And I can buy 300 of those. So maybe we did actually see the benefit and I just didn't notice. It just didn't pop up the screen saying, you've been offline for X amount of time and here's how much money you earned.
Here's what you just got for 80 years worth of investing.
Right. Which is sadly not that much in the grand scheme of things because, because it's counting on you being in here, making the number go up yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Because, you had like, what'd you have on the Earth? You had like 15 billion angels before?
Yeah. So it must have actually worked. Septendecillion. It's not that much. Okay, so we did our thing.
They made anything else?
I don't know.
That you know of? I see that I've just seen and heard of this game forever on iOS. I wonder how it did.
I think it did super well. I see ads. I see ads for it on other clickers.
Yes, I would get like video ads for this and other stuff.
So I was offline for some chunk of time, and now I'm an undecillionaire again. Feels good. Though really, I mean, you just kind of want to reset and claim your angels and.
The scariest part to me is how satisfying it is every time you reset and redo everything. Like, seeing it all happen
Seeing it all happen again, it shouldn't be.
Nope.
We should be smarter than this.
But the numbers are bigger this time.
The numbers are bigger.
And the bars fill up faster.
Oh, the numbers get bigger. All right, so now we have angels in the billions, and now we'll just go back and set our stuff right just to feel better about ourselves.
You don't want to stay in 20XX?
No, there's no. It's bad.
There's nothing left here. There's nothing for us.
Bring me back. Bring me back to my own time. The shit show I know, instead of the shit show of the future.
What is 2035 going to be like?
Flying cars, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
Finally. Actual hoverboards?
Yeah, hoverboards that actually hover. Okay. We've got our trillions of angels, so now I'm just getting a lot of...
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Sure. Okay. Oops, upgrades, angel upgrades. Okay, so we have this quick buy here that'll just in one button buy all the upgrades I can afford, and it'll safely buy all the angel upgrades I can afford as well, which is nice. It'd be nice if that was represented on this UI with some other button press or something, instead of like, hey, you can just hit L1 here or go in here and there's another button you can hit to buy all. Like that's a little... Some UI stuff I think could be better in this across the board. It really does seem like they just adapted like their iPhone UI into multiple locations, Steam and all that other stuff.
It's a little busy, and
I guess maybe it was originally their Flash UI that they adapted for phones.
Right.
Anyway, it feels a little finicky. Also, the D-pad stuff is not as responsive as it seems like a game that is basically a static screen should be.
Yeah.
Especially when the numbers really get cooking.
Yeah, you said that this thing can bog down a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's really funny.
So yeah, now we're just going nuts and trophies are earned and...
Yeah, we should take a look at the trophies.
Hey!
Got some gold.
But what if we went to the moon first?
All right.
So all the trophies are based on Earth and Moon. There are no Mars trophies, which I thought was strange.
Watching somebody play this who has played a lot of it can be a little dizzying. A lot going on.
Yeah. the meta, you know.
It's like wait, what did that upgrade do? It's like, oh, wait, no, you're just going to buy all of them. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It actually doesn't matter any of them do.
You set it to buy max, you hit every button you can. I mean, whatever. People have done the math and like have worked out like, no, the fastest way to get to this.
I'm sure there's some optimum way to do this.
Yeah, whatever.
Do what feels good. Go with your gut. That's how investing works.
Exactly. When the numbers go up, I feel good.
What is this music?
It's good.
It's.
When I started playing it, there were no additional planets. When I first started playing the game, it was just Earth. And that music is seared into my life now in a way that I really wish it wasn't. But that's how it goes.
Is this the best clicker?
You know, I think this is the blueprint.
Yeah, I was gonna say this very much because I played a lot of Doomsday Clicker, and that feels like it was just built off of this template.
Yes, definitely.
This is that, but a little more primitive.
To me, this has kind of become the gold standard for, and not to say that like some of the other games that have come since are not better. But obviously this is not the first one of these either. You go back to Cookie Clicker and what are the
Candy Box?
Yeah, Candy Box. Yeah, well, that's yes and no. That's yes, sure. And yeah, there have been plenty of games that came before this that you know have been this style of thing. Your cow clickers and all that sort of stuff. But this one, I think, is kind of, like I said, this is the modern template for how these games are going right now. You got a prestige currency, you've got this sort of stuff, and that either you spend or you don't, and a lot of the stuff is really similar. Even like Egg Incorporated, which is the one that people have been talking about lately, similar type deal. Space Plan does not have a prestige currency. That's the one that really everyone's been talking about over the last handful of days.
Yeah, that one's only web-based right now.
Right, yeah. And I imagine it'll stay that way.
Is it?
It has an actual ending.
Is there any way to give them money for that? Or
Yeah, they have a PayPal, just tip jar thing.
Oh, but you don't buy...
No, there's no microtransactions in the game itself.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Should we look at trophies?
Sure. So when you to open up things like Mars, you have to pay $1 trillion and then wait 3 days.
What?
You can put extra money into it to bring the timer down.
Okay. Real-time days?
Yes.
Huh.
Which again, when you can just set what time it is, not a problem. Which is why I say anyone on the Mars leaderboard here on the day of release is cheating.
I see what you mean.
Is why I say that, including me, cheating. But you know what?
All's fair in love and business.
Here's how I'm justifying it to myself. You like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's the other way. I actually did put some real money into the iOS version of this game. And the thought of starting over from zero, as opposed to no angels, all that, like all that other stuff is not appealing to me at all. Yeah. So yeah.
Probably earned it.
I don't know. Sure. So yeah, purchase 100 lemonade stands, get your first oil rig, buy 100 of everything, 666 of everything, 1,000 of everything, 3,000 of everything. Get the 626th achievement on Earth, which I think is in that unlocks thing.
Yeah.
I assume that's what that is. I don't know what specifically is interesting about that one in particular. Get one angel on the moon.
Got a lot of trophies here.
That's all of them though. That's not that many in the grand scheme of things, but yeah. All it takes is time, and you can have them all. The trophies are not difficult in any way.
And hitting the square button a lot.
And yeah, occasionally hitting the square button.
Check in on this thing once every couple days.
Yeah. But really, you want to be checking in with it. I mean, if you want to be optimal, you're checking in with it multiple times per day.
If you want to go hot and heavy.
But that's insane. And that's why it's I'm going to say that's insane on a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, okay, yes.
As something you are like standing somewhere or sitting on a toilet perhaps. And something you might, on a toilet or a bus, but they're the same thing.
Yes, they are very similar.
With that in mind, as something you pull out, you have your phone out anyway, you launch it, you fuck with it for 45 seconds, and then don't think about it for hours.
Yeah.
That, I think, is the ideal way to interact with something like this. The idea of this being on a console
Patently absurd.
Yes.
I'm fine with that though.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, and I love that it has come to a console.
Yes.
That is fucking bonkers.
Yep.
And my hat's off to the developers of this for spreading it far and fucking wide. Yep. That's cool, man. Anyway, I don't know. That's Adventure Capitalist. You know, they'll roll out their events and all that other stuff, I'm sure. I don't know if that'll be a patch to the game every time they start a new event. That's how it was on iOS. But yeah, they made this thing. It's a pretty good one of these.
We live in amazing times.
Truly, we do. The era of self-publishing. This was where it all became worth it.
Who could have foreseen this?
This is where it all became worth it, Brad.